In today's video, I'm going to review the 8 Sleep Pod Pro, the Tesla of mattresses, the Equinox of sleep fitness, 8 Sleep Pod Pro. Tesla, you know, they got autopilot. 8 Sleep has their own version of autopilot. So we can officially call this the Tesla of mattresses. So if you care about sleeping well,
how's your family? They sleeping well at night?
If you care about your health in general,
certainly I care.
This is one of many devices that can help you improve your sleep. I've had this for, I think, over a year now. I had the original 8 Sleep mattress and cover, and now I just have the 8 Sleep Pod Pro plus the cover. I had some perfect fit stuff. We'll talk about that later. I'll go through what I love. I'll go through what I don't love, what I want to see, and who I think should buy this product. Stay tuned. First, we'll start with what I love about this product. The cooling feature is ultimito.
What's that?
That's not even a word. But the cooling feature is probably the best mattress cooling that I've ever experienced. I've heard BedJet is not that good. It uses air. The Uller and the Chili Pad and the Chili Sleep, those are all decently okay. I have the Chili Sleep Uller, and I don't think it's even close. It's about like half, maybe less than that. The 8 Sleep, it's just something about it. You can feel the temperature change instantly when you change it on your app. I think that is hands down the sole reason to get this product. There's one thing that 8 Sleep does exceptionally well is changing the temperature of your mattress. In addition to what I love to that is that you can actually separate it into 2 zones. So you're buying one product, let's say you have a queen bed and there's 2 people, you can have 2 zones. So if someone sleeps cold, someone sleeps hot, you can adjust the temperatures accordingly, starting at the beginning of the night and how it changes throughout the night. And that is my favorite feature. I bought 8 Sleep. I paid for this thing myself. I financed it through a firm, just to let you know, but I do have an affiliate link down below that will help support the channel and pay off this Affirm financing that I have. I bought 8 Sleep just for the cooling feature. Literally, that's the only reason I bought it.
That's the only reason.
The other features are nice, but that's the main reason I bought it. So we'll go into the subcategories, you know, the things that don't matter as much, but they're really good, the things I love about it. It's the brand. 8 Sleep, I think, tiers to the type of person that cares about their health, their wellness. They really want to maximize their productivity, right? They say sleep is the new 10,000 steps. They've created this like brand that when you buy this product, you're identifying yourself as someone who cares about your health and wellness, and that I love. It makes me feel cool, and you know, I'll take it. Take my money, please.
I told him, take my money.
Some other features that I love, it has smart temp notifications. So let's say my room is exceptionally hot that day, it'll actually notify me saying, hey, your room is usually warmer than it typically is. Do you want to increase or decrease the temperature of your pod? So typically I'll decrease the temperature even lower. So I love when it lets me know, because then I can just update my mattress to be even colder than usual. So just like a Tesla, it updates, right? It gets software updates, and this bed improves over time. It's not the same bed that I bought. The app is visually different. Some of the features are totally different. It now has this new feature, autopilot, that I just got, and I'm still in the beginning stages, but it's going to learn how I sleep, and it's going to optimize the temperature for me throughout the night using my sleep behavior. I still have the option to manually do it, but now that is a new feature that's available. I love the gentle rise wake up technology. So this vibrates the bed a little bit, only on my side or the entire piece. If I set an alarm in the app, it'll actually like vibrate the bed a little bit, including sometimes I'll do like hot or cold temperature to help wake me up in addition to the vibration. But it's a great way to wake yourself up quietly, especially if you live with roommates, housemates, or you're sleeping next to someone and you don't want to wake them up and you don't want to wear like a wearable while you're sleeping. So the firmness I didn't really like, but taking those covers off, it still stays on really well with just the cover itself on, and I don't zip it onto anything, and it keeps most of the fluidity in my mattress. I love that it's a set and forget it, right? There's a lot of devices that you have to buy, and then you have to develop the habit of actually using this. This is very much set it and forget it. You buy the 8 Sleep Pod Pro, you fill it with water, you put it in hydrogen peroxide. There's a little bit of maintenance, right? You connect it to your Wi-Fi, and then it just works. Like you have the autopilot, you have your preset schedules, you have your daily or weekly alarms that you've already created, and you don't have to worry much about it. Yes, there's a little adjustments and fine tuning you'll do here, but overall, it's something that just like, it's there, and it just helps my sleep be that much better. All right, now we're gonna go into the app. So as you can see, they've updated the app. This is not what the app used to look like. They've added some really cool things that'll show me my sleep fitness score. It says 89%, my HRV was 56, and my heart rate 58. If you don't know, you want a lower heart rate, higher HRV, and that just means that you recover better. They have this new autopilot feature that's in beta. Maybe once it's out of beta and I've had it for a while, I will create another video on that. The temperatures used to be like 0 to 10, and negative and 0 to -10, but now it's actual numbers, so I can see 68, 81, 90. I like to wake up warm because it wakes me up easier. I don't have a wake time on here. And then we've got the temp dial. I can go ahead and turn it on, and I can actually cool it all the way to 55 or 110 degrees. So those are the max. That's insane. And the mins right there, I'm gonna turn it off. You can see the graph of the temperature throughout the night. So it's got a couple moments where it will actually change, right? It'll tell you deep sleep, what temperature, REM sleep, what temperature, and then wake up. And you can set your alarms. You can say the day of the week. You can say if you want it to be very hot, very cold, the vibration levels. So right now I'm not using the alarms, and that's one of the reasons that I don't love is like if I need to update the alarm, then I have to do it in every device. So I have an alarm on my iPhone, I have an alarm on my Dream headband, I got an alarm on my light, my Philips Hue light, I got an alarm in my 8 sleep mattress. So there's just a lot of alarms, and I decided to say, I'm just gonna pick a couple. So right now I'm using just the iPhone alarm and my Philips Hue. But if you don't have as many alarms as I do, if you're not like a psycho like I am, this is a great way to wake up. You get kind of your data points. One of the things I noticed is like heart rate and heart rate variability, pretty close, pretty spot on. And when I talked to the 8 Sleep team, they actually told me that one thing that's unique is this is quote word for word from them, they're measuring and collecting all throughout the night without stopping. So that's one piece that's kind of unique. The level of accuracy is comparable to an EKG. So just something, you know, that's direct from 8 Sleep. Something to keep in mind. The one thing I did notice is the respiratory rate. Right here, it shows 11.5. If I do my 180 days, right, it's around 11, 12. But if I go to, let's say my Whoop app, and I go to recovery, my respiratory rate sits around 15, 16-ish. If I go to my Oura Ring, my respiratory rate sits around 15, 16-ish. So those two are relatively close, but the 8 Sleep is at 11. So that's just something to keep in mind. I think when you're trying to compare these devices, don't look at the actual numbers, look at the trends. So for example, a big thing was like COVID, where your respiratory rate would spike up like 2 to 3 points, maybe more. I'd never had COVID, so luckily that I didn't have to go through that. But that's one thing, look at the trends, not the actual numbers. You've got a sleep report, which I think is interesting. I don't look at this very often, but the data is there and helpful. You can see your wake up consistency, time to fall asleep, the total sleep. I have a lot of sleep trackers, but if this is your first one, it's interesting to see if you're experimenting with different ways to fall asleep faster, like magnesium, L-theanine, CBD, blue light blockers. It's really good to look at this data and see, all right, did it actually help improve my sleep? And you can go ahead, year, month, 2021. Let's see, there we go, loads. Oh, see, I can see all this data over time, which is so fascinating. And then they also have these sleep tools. I rarely use this feature, but they have meditation videos, breath, listen, move, and it's very high quality stuff. It's like valuable, it's there. You can just like go ahead and start and it will play on. So it's really good if you want to play it right before you go to bed. And then what's cool is I can go in my home tab and I can see what's the air temperature in my bedroom, the relative humidity in my bedroom, as well as the outdoor, 62, 63. So what I love about this is I can actually see those variables, and when the indoor temperature is really high, it'll notify me and say, hey, do you want to increase your cooling? Maybe that's a lot, I don't know. Yeah, this is the Smart Temp Autopilot, like a Tesla. I need 6 nights to unlock. I'm currently on my first night, but very excited to play with this feature. And then you can always edit your sides, right? You got solo, or you can have a partner sleep on your bed as well. I don't have a partner, so, you know, single for life, yay. Yay, whee! So I get the entire bed to myself. Another couple things I love about it is the power usage. It costs approximately, with like where I live and the data that I put in, around $5 to $6 a month to run this via the power outlet. And that's kind of what I'm measuring with this consumer device. It's about $70 a year. As you can tell here in April and March, I was actually out of town, so I unplugged it and it didn't cost as much, but it's around $6 of electricity to run it each month. Well, I did track the Wi-Fi usage on this device, and I did previously get like 11 gigabytes of upload when I had the original model. I think they've done a ton of software updates, and it's not even close. Like the data usage is relatively low in comparison with like my iPhone and Mac. So that's just something to keep in mind. We do have a limit in terms of the data we get to use. You Cox. I absolutely dislike Cox, but they do limit our internet usage, so that's something that we always have to worry about and keep in mind. This is the Tesla of mattresses. It's got autopilot. It is the Equinox of sleep fitness. It is the best of the best for your sleep. Now, are you gonna be that best friend who got a Tessie of mattresses?
Is that my bestie in a Tessie?
So I kind of went through the things I love. I'm gonna go through some of the things that I don't love about it. I did mention a few, but the biggest one is that it will increase the firmness of your mattress. And as a side sleeper and a V-shaped human being, it didn't fit well for me because like if I sleep on my side and my hips are like right here and my shoulders are like, what, 6 inches farther out, then I'm sleeping kind of like, this on my side, and that messes up my back and it just feels weird. So I need a loose mattress so my shoulders can sink in and then my hips will stay in neutral, my body will stay in a neutral position when I'm sleeping on my side because of my specific body type and the way I sleep. So if you're the type of person who likes to have a softer mattress, then just be ready. Use the only cover that goes on top and then it just kind of comes off the sides. You don't need to zip anything up. It'll stay on your bed fine as long as you got like a sheet over it. So don't worry about that. And then it'll just increase the firmness just slightly, but the cooling is so worth it. Maybe get a softer mattress next time. If your mattress that you own already is already too soft and you need to add firmness, this is a very expensive way to add firmness to your mattress.
Even smells expensive.
What else I don't like about it? There's not much smart home integration yet. I would love to see it integrate with my Philips Hue. Apple Health integration, I actually send my sleep data to Apple Health. I would love to see like a holiday alarm. So recently it was Memorial Day. I would love to see the app notify me, hey, it's Memorial Day tomorrow. Do you want to change your alarm or do you still want to wake up at 4:45 a.m.? Maintenance, obviously every device you buy will have some sort of maintenance. This is a lot of moving parts. You have water, and just making sure that the water has to be refilled with distilled water and put some hydrogen peroxide so you don't damage the unit and algae and bacteria doesn't grow inside. Not ideal, but it's just something you have to do. And then the Wi-Fi connection, right? If you don't want EMF signals in your bedroom, it needs a Wi-Fi connection. There's no way to actually have some wired Ethernet. I think that would be really cool. Just plug in Ethernet if you wanted to turn off the Wi-Fi. And there's also no Bluetooth. So if the Wi-Fi connection is really bad in your bedroom because you try to keep the router away, there's no good way for you to actually use the device, and like updating it can sometimes be an issue and it might be spotty in terms of changing the temperature. On top of that, there's no hardware buttons. And I get it, you know, Teslas don't have hardware buttons and this is the Tesla mattresses and they want everything through the app and automatic, autopilot.
Use autopilot.
But I would love to just have like, you know, plus minus. That's it, you know, increase, decrease temperature. Like if you're waking up in the middle of the night, it's too hot or something's wrong, you just want
Ooh, what does this button do?
rather than like pull out my phone, find the app, change the temperature. Just a small thing. Steal it from the Ooler. I love the Ooler because of that. And then lastly, I think this has like a 2-year warranty. So I would just go in with, after that, if something breaks, like just be ready. I don't know how the process works after that, but I don't know the survival rate. So I would love to know like how long will this device actually last? It hasn't been around long enough for people to actually say that. I've had it for a year and so far so good. I'm hoping, you know, more long-term testing, we'll see how it goes. And then finally the price. It can be expensive. It starts at $1,500 for a full of just the cover, and it can go all the way up to $3,895 for the king mattress with the cover and everything, like maximum. So it can be pricey, right? $1,500 is a lot. I think $1,600 was the queen size cover, that's what I got. Even that's a lot. But yeah, finance that. Honestly, I love it, it's worth it. I financed it. I hate financing things, but I did it. Also, there's a free trial, 100-night free trial. If you're like kind of like iffy, I would say buy it, finance it, sleep with it.
Oh my God!
If you don't like it, return it. The problem is like be prepared that you might love it. And use my affiliate link down below because it'll help support the channel and then I can pay off my mattress. Now what I wish it had, these are kind of my wish list, is it was the ultimate bedroom device. So not only would it do temperature and humidity, but it would do like CO2 levels, particulate matter, VOC, so it was like an actual air quality monitor, and then even blue and red light. Red light when you're going to sleep, and then like a bright blue light when you're waking up, at like a globe or something, like the pod just glows and fills your room with light. It could become this ultimate sleep device, which I would love to have. Now, final part. Who is this for? Who should buy this? I think this is for someone who values their health, right? You're trying to improve your sleep. Maybe you wake up in the night, you have struggles with restfulness, and then you have a little bit of money to spend, right? You're not gonna be like a college student buying this, putting this in your bedroom. Maybe if you got a trust fund, you got rich parents, then yeah, go for it. It is an investment in your sleep, and I feel like you should put your money where your time is. Most of us spend 8 hours in our bed. So get a good 8 hours of sleep. Like that's a lot of hours that you spend on your bed, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna spend money there. I spend money on the desk that I work at. I spend money on my phone because I use that a lot. So anywhere I spend a lot of time, I try to invest money that's gonna benefit me in the long run. And then like if you live with others If you sleep with a partner and you have no air conditioning to cool your space, this can be a really valuable product. And also, it's for someone who's already met their foundational sleep needs. So if you're the type of person who's like, I'm gonna buy my way into better sleep, first, make sure that you're practicing somewhat of a consistent sleep schedule. You're not drinking alcohol too close to bedtime. You're eating right, you're exercising daily, like you're practicing meditation to lower your stress or any other strategy. You're spending time with people like friends, right? Meet those foundational needs and then add this on. Don't think that just because you buy this, you're gonna have better sleep instantly. You are if you've met those basic foundational needs, right? It's like a pyramid of better sleep. This is like the second tier. Start with the free stuff and then start buying things. And then lastly, what are some alternatives, right? You're probably like, this is overpriced. I don't wanna pay this yet. Start with the free alternatives. Once you've done that, you can start with a little money alternative. So blue light blocking glasses, magnesium. I have a really favorite brand that I've been using, Natural Stacks, also linked below. Taking magnesium before bed, not using your phone before bed, wearing an eye mask, a weighted blanket, right? All these little factors, they don't cost as much, can help improve your sleep as well. So as we all know, sleep is the new 10,000 steps. I had this great app idea. I want to call it Sleep with Friends. We can share our sleep data. It's like the activity app, fitness app on iPhone, and we can all talk about each other's sleep. Should I do it? Let me know in the comments below. My name is Sharon Jez. I hope you like this video. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.